Hello? It's a miracle. I wasn't sure I was gonna make it to stream. I'll be very honest. We're not having a good day. We're not having a good day at all. But I think we can fix it by making it worse. How about that? What do you say, Storm? 35 stream streak. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much for being here. How are you doing today? Hello, Everlord. How is it going over there? I am experiencing unholy weather, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Can you send some of your winter this way? Because I can use it. Genuinely. Nah, Millie. Nah. How are you today? Um, you what? Oh, right. That thing. The social media. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, I'll take a look after stream. I can't see it right now. How are you doing? Hi, Wisdom. Genuinely, I really hope that by the time I'm an actual grandma, I won't be able to accumulate this amount of cortisol. I genuinely hope that breaks down because this is not healthy. We're freaking out. Basically, we're all puking, and I wish that was a metaphor, but it's really not. My stress levels are going through the roof. I'm not okay. Winston puked. I puked. And then I thought, do I cancel stream or do I do a longer stream? Because why not just do one of the extremes? Just to keep it interesting. And then Toos puked, and not just any puke. No, no, the most watery. I'm so sorry if you're eating. Maybe stop. Most watery puke that has ever puked, and not just anywhere. No, 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 no. Guess, guess. Do you want to guess what I just had to finish? And only the fact that I just did my war paint kept me from breaking down completely because I had already cried. It was already a struggle to get it on the first time. I wasn't going to make it a second time. We wouldn't be here right now if I cried again. Want to guess? Oh, I wish. I wish, Blue. Hi, Blue. Okay. Drax a massive wooden pirate chest full of cortisol. I admit the two cherries apart. Please, just lock it away. I don't need it. I am already pretty good at yapping once I get going. Okay. I don't need this amount of stress. My uterus sure doesn't need it. I have not felt comfortable in my body for months. It's really stupid. And I apologize. Also, I wish, because then I would just throw it away. Sofa, there's blankets on top of my sofa. Easily fixed. Easily fixed. Uh, so I apologize. I haven't been looking great, and I really need to wash my hair. I am fully aware of how I'm presenting myself, but I just don't have the energy. Nope, nope, nope. You're never gonna guess it. You're never gonna guess it. One of Winston's puzzles, which are notorious for being easily to clean, right? And I couldn't just leave it. Couldn't just let it dry. It wouldn't fit in my freaking, what is it? What is it even called? Bucket. It didn't fit because it's too big. So it's too bad. I'm okay. Yeah, let's drink some water. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's just stupid. Thank you, Millie. I appreciate that. Uh, I haven't put it in. I'm genuinely in my workout clothing. This is how I got off the yoga mat. Better? Do you all have some hydration? I don't care what you're drinking right now. If it's a margarita, you do you, boo. If it's water, amazing. If it's coffee or, your own brew, whatever it is, take a sip. Take a sip, people. Calm down. Why did I take this? This is the candy of the cats. I don't need this. Basically, I'm pretty sure they're feeling my stress. So that's how I at least decided to interpret. But she's here right now. Tusha's lying at my feet. Winston has already finished his other puzzle that I decided to reward him with because he was really good. He was really good. If Tus comes in on screen and she has a dirty mouth or like weird spots that could look like dried blood, it's not. I gave her a paste because with Toulouse it's always the possibility that she's just struggling. But I genuinely feel like they're feeling my stress because I'm not okay, people. I hate this. I hate everything about this. I need this time to be over, which is why I ultimately decided to not, get so high that I would end up going under, if you know what I mean. I decided to just be here and read Icebreaker because that's probably better. Monday was horrible as well. I didn't enjoy myself. I need to tire myself out here so I can crash in a little bit more healthy manner. Because that's what happened yesterday as well. It's quite tiring to sit here for a lot of reasons. One of them being that you know what my stream channel wasn't a secret, before 2026, and everything that has come with it. I trusted the family that I helped with for 2 years, and my neighbors and certain people. But this is a small town, so even if I only told a few people what I'm doing, it's quite possible that people who don't necessarily need to be here are at least aware of my channel. So that's really stressful at the moment. But at the same time, I need to be here. I need to be here. I need to read this stupid book. And I know it's not going to be over. Like the day that July finally starts, it's not going to be over. But it's just this month in particular. I'm glad I decided to do something that is really upsetting. Because doing something that is actually funny, or funny is not the word I'm looking for. Actually amusing would not be enough to keep me busy. This is genuinely keeping me busy, and that's good. That's good. So, just in case you don't know why I'm putting myself through this, my life is currently a lot worse than this will ever be. And I know how it ends, which says a lot, I guess. Welcome back, Evelord. Get that book and get heated. I will. And I genuinely, I need to be upset about something else. But because it's an unconventional streaming day, I normally don't stream on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And that is normally a day that I do have other things scheduled inside my home, one of which is completely indulging the cats and giving them the attention that they feel deprived of during the days that I do stream. So it is going to be one focus sprint less, but we're just gonna get through today. And then at the end of the stream, I can sleep and have some rest. You finished another book you wrote. You need to start publishing, baby. You need to start publishing because what is happening? We're so very glad that we decided to spend the month with you with Nathan. Actually, yeah, Nathan, my new favorite character ever. Pele doesn't count, right? Pele is a real person, and no one can touch Pele. But Nathan is gonna be the new standard. Not of good things, but he is going to be the new standard, the new low, the actual new low. My God. Cold hug, yes please. Ice bag hug. Why? Hold on. I'm just having a thought. Why doesn't Elbat do ice bath challenges or rewards in June? Because I feel like I missed an opportunity here. I should have done something with an ice bath. I don't have a bath, but I would make it work with this weather. It's madness. I'm already freaking out. It's not okay. I don't understand what's happening. Thank you so much for the follow, Wake. Welcome in. How are you doing? Um, Hi, wait. You're now editing a book, and it's called Seedling. Seedling. Ooh, as in stars. It's about a gifted child raised by a machine going through the throes of learning common sense. That sounds something that a lot of. Remember how I just said that my channel isn't a secret? I need to shut up. Need to shut up. This is so frustrating. This is so frustrating. Oh boy. It's only 7 years old, so he's loved one straightforward build. I love stories that see the world through. Is it through the eyes of the child? Because I love books like that, and I think they're highly underrated. Pele. Okay, Millie, put on sunscreen. That that was not aggressive enough. Put on sunscreen because it's violently bright outside. I don't know where you were, but put on sunscreen, please, for me. Please do it. See, I'm currently just I'm in the trifecta of personal torture. Personal torture. Like there's a heat wave. It's bright. So the weather is actively bullying me. I feel like because naturally the whole universe revolves around me. Uh, I'm stressed out about the stupid assault going to court this month, and my body is just rioting. So I love being alive. Being a human is great. If I were a cat, I would do like Tuza's doing, just vomit in the least appropriate place and then sleep, like nothing happened. Oh, like a seedling tree. I was thinking starseed. I don't know why. Renane's Everlow's book to seed it around 3,000 and launch an aggressive marketing campaign. Yes, please do. Because I was looking. Hold on. I was looking at her Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, I don't. I don't trust it. I just don't trust it, okay? If anyone can find an interview with Hannah Grace where you see her personally, or at a book event, something, anything really, or everything maybe, please post it in Discord in books so I can take a look at it. Because I need to start doing some digging on this author. I should have done that with Elsie Silver as well, but that might come back when I already know what I'm going to do with this book. I am going to finish this one. I'm going to vlog reading Haunting Adeline, and I'm going to try my very best to not talk about this book at the same time that I'm not gonna. That's not gonna work. I can already feel the rant coming up. It's not gonna work. I'm not gonna be able to stop talking about Nathan ever again. And I have a book on my physical TBR that I need to read this year anyway because it's been on there for a little bit too long. The collection of dark fantasies of women that Gillian Anderson collected and wrapped in a book, and it kind of explores the fantasies that women have but are afraid to talk about, or just don't feel comfortable talking about, or would be judged severely if they were to open up about it and be honest about it. And I want to combine this book, what I think is going to happen with Haunting Adeline. I don't know why I point this over there. And I want to round that out with actual stories of genuine people. So something that has been marketed as safe and romance, which is actually the most toxic book I've ever read, ever. It's because it's the only book ever that has been this misleading, I think. Next to a fiction exploration of a specific kink, and then a book that has kinks of actual women that are alive and well and live genuine lives as opposed to fiction. And I want to do something with that. So I'm here, all right? Even if this is going to be self-inflicted torture, in a sense, that is because this is just bad. And I am upset about all the people who went into this reading it for the romance or the smut, mostly the smut probably, and ended up being subtly groomed for highly toxic relationships. And my theory about why I'm not impressed with it, and maybe a little bit more sensitive to everything else that is going on, is because I don't even read the smut. That was the plan going in. I was going to say the hi Danny. I was going to read the smut and be like because I don't enjoy it. I get uncomfortable, and I was going to make something funny out of it. Instead, here we are, lesson in consent. That is going to last for 3 weeks. Do I need to see Hannah Grace's face? I just want, I kind of want all of the physical appearances that she's made in one place. I would like to have a collection of her physical appearances. Because I just don't understand. And there are several things that could be going on, one of which is AI. Genuinely. I didn't think of that because AI doesn't exist in my world, not if I can help it at least. So even though I'm aware that there's a lot of AI bullshit going on in the book world, it's just not, I don't have space for that at the moment in my brain, for one. And it's just something that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in my world. So it didn't cross my mind. I think this is someone using a pen name and hiring someone to be their face. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yes, Tori, because I have a video in my mind that I want to make about this. If only for that. But also, I have committed to this, to the readathon, to this book, and I now have such strong opinions about this book that in order to be able to talk about these opinions, I personally have this silly rule in my brain that I feel like I need to get the full story, pun intended, before I am allowed in my brain. So what you do is not of my concern, and I have absolutely no say over that. But I personally feel uncomfortable having an outspoken opinion about something that I'm not fully informed of. So I need to finish it now. Otherwise, I have to shut up. And I can't. Because Nathan, man, Nathan, why would I stop talking about Nathan? Krish, how are you doing? Why would I? Yeah, I'm learning that. Everlord, it's really silly. The contemporary romance in specific, it seems. I need to do some more research. I don't know, but I'm just thinking about the romantasy that I've been reading, and for one, the female characters are usually a lot more empowered and empowering to read as a girl and a woman, especially like Throne of Glass. I'm so impressed. After Akutar, I wasn't really expecting much aside from just some easy reading, maybe some uncomfortable smutty scenes that I could just skip, but mostly just something to not think about too much. Turns out Throne of Glass is up until now is actually good. No smut at all. So thinking about how romance is kind of being infantilized when women read romance. But when you read romantasy, that is even worse, right? But the thing is, this is toxic. And romantasy is generally not because the bad guy is upfront about being the bad guy. He's still going to burn the world down for you if he loves you. But at least he's honest about it. And there's dragons. It's not the real world. This is supposed to be in the real world. So I have too many things I want to do with the book. So it's going to be worth it. Don't worry. And you get entertained by my misery. Isn't that how this works? She does a lot of... Yeah, I found out about that as well. Wait, I saw that she does a voice note podcast, but she has like 7 posts on Instagram, and I feel like that doesn't really explain the amount of followers. It just doesn't add up. Nothing about any of this adds up, and I'm so confused, and I can't make my brain stop thinking about something like this. I now need to know. I have to try to figure out what's happening. Is that just me? Grilled cheese. Oh my god, grilled cheese doctor. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a good day. And whether you're prepared for this stream, I don't know. I hope you are. It is a little bit self-inflicted torture, but also it's not. It's research, and sometimes you need to be a little bit more uncomfortable than you would like to be for. Uh, I'm sorry, this thing is squeaking so much. I'll try to do something about that after stream, during stream. It's kind of annoying, isn't it? Like I said, I have this idea about a video that I want to make with these three books kind of pitted against each other to I don't know. I just have a feeling, okay, and a few theories floating through my mind. So the self-inflicted torture, we all do this. I'm just broadcasting it to the world. What are you doing today, Danny? Are you preparing for tomorrow? Wildfire has her own reasons for avoiding the climate. I know people who are under 18 are reading my books and I can't do anything about it. Maybe put the 18 plus like on the front of the cover and a little bit more pronounced instead of the place where usually only people who sell books look. Is it start? So I don't know about that. The only thing I've been able to find out about Hannah Grace is she is a real person based in Manchester, England, but the name is a pen name. She wants to stay out of the public eye, so she does not. Who said that she did? Or post author photos, just what you would expect from a made-up entity. See, I genuinely, I don't mind if people don't want to be in the public eye. That is valid. And there are a lot of artists who have done this. I mean, Banksy, we talked about Banksy, but it doesn't, Daft Punk, Marshmallow, and there's quite a few who don't, Gorillaz, or were they just using, that's all very old. I feel like there's good reason for you not, but it's just the combination of either the most violent misogyny that I have ever come across, but somehow is not noticed by the millions and millions of people. Well, if everyone that's reading this book, or if the main demographic that is reading your book is under 18, then I get it, because I wouldn't have clocked this at 16 either. I mean, there's a few things that I thought were romantic as well, like, they're not. They're really not. Not when you're 30 and have been through some toxic relationships and you learn what actually is healthy. I'm afraid she is, right? I'm afraid she is. I think a lot of romance in the modern day novels like that to be so horribly encouraging, really horrible, really. Yeah, and the thing is, it's no one clocks it. It's so interesting and it's fascinating. That's why I want to consciously put this book together with something like Haunting Adeline. Well, it's going to be Haunting Adeline and real life stories of women sharing their dark fantasies. I think that could be very interesting. But just so you know, that's not going to be out like anytime soon. I need to read the books and I need to do some research. It's just me. It's always me. It's always me. Why, Danny? Why? It's definitely not us, Grish. Bye, Overlord. Oh my God, I did see that you were going, but I'm still not really Actually, this is just CP to Z what you're witnessing, because I'm freaking out. I'm so upset about life and just this moment of time. And having a panic disorder, one way to regulate is to just immerse myself in something that is at least equally as stressful. And it makes no sense, but this is something I've done for years. It's part of the reason why one of the first things I think about is the morbid podcast when I'm upset, because I enjoy spending time with those two, the way they tell stories. Stories and they handle cases is just comforting to me. It's affirming a lot of the time in my own fears. And it's just a distraction that is more upsetting than my own life. And that is really horrible, but it works. I just wasn't expecting that from this book. This really wasn't supposed to. This was supposed to be about the cover, okay? It was supposed to be about the cover, about the art. He rewrote the chapter one of the sequel to my novel. My alpha has given the first draft the thumbs up. You're what? You're what? You're what now? Wait, you have a what? That sounds hot. Share. What? Where did you get it? Where are they for sale? I could use one, like for protection. Like genuinely, please remember, I don't think in smut. I think in books. Okay, money is books, and protection is protection. Work meeting in 5 minutes, and then it's time to wind down and finish up work for vacation. Good. That's a good time. Don't forget to hydrate and maybe open up like a beer or something because the weather is asking for it, isn't it? I won't be. I am stubbornly drinking hot cocoa, and well, it's a coffee with cocoa. To be honest, money is books. Yeah, actually, no one answered that question, and now it's too late because we're going into the first sprint in about 1 minute. No, we're now. We're going into a sprint. I will be reading Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, or so it is said. I don't know, man, and I'm not judging. I'm just saying I don't trust it. So I won't be muting myself in the name of the readathon, but because this book is a bit controversial, and I need to make sure that not only I don't get harassed by people who are getting the wrong message from me having this book in my hands, but also you, right? I don't want you to be exposed to just unnecessary messages. So I don't mute myself now, which I normally do outside of readathon. And after an hour, if you just follow the channel, after an hour, you're very much welcome to join back into the conversation. I don't want to keep you out completely, but alas, this is the internet, and unfortunately, it's just how it goes. Sometimes people are a bit awkward in asking for attention. I don't want to expose that to you. Good luck. Yeah, please have fun. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna try my best as well. Let me know what you're up to. If you just want to stay in chat, please know that keeping yourself alive is a full-time job, and it's all good. So, let's get to it. I'll stop yapping about nothing and start the self-inflicted torture. Yay! Oh, sorry. I don't know what that was. It's not wrong, Wisdom. The first one. I did read this. Why did I go back? Oh, because nothing makes sense in that sequence. Okay. Oh, god dang it. Sorry. Why was it there? See, I did read this all. Huh? We actually left off with this guy saying that he usually runs home from the bar, and I still still don't understand. Chungus, right on time. Would you run home from the bar after drinking? Is that a thing men do? I'm not a guy. I don't know. I didn't go to college. Is that blue? I don't know. I don't know what my face is doing. I have no control over my face. Trust me, it's gotten me into trouble a few times. Oh my god. It's a joke, Nathan. A joke. Makes no sense. If you put yourself in a crying band and you start to get drunk, I'm not good with alcohol just in general, but I'm pretty sure that makes you cry even harder. Yes, drunk. Yes, I've pedaled a bicycle home after the bar, but never would I ever run. What the hell? I'll walk if I have to. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, especially as a Dutch person, bike always, right? You cycle everywhere. Well, these days a lot of people don't anymore, but I fully feel like if you can do it on a bicycle, you should. But running, he makes a point of he runs. An adult running after drinking is the same as an infant running sister. I feel like that's it. I feel like Russ as a character, let's say this is AI. I think that Russ as a character doesn't understand that this is evening. So that is, it doesn't make sense. Why would you run home from the bar? It's just weird. It's an adventure, but I guess when you're Dutch, it's just something you grow up with. Like drinking, you start drinking a little earlier than you're technically allowed as well. Especially in the country, it's just a bit different. Even though you're legally allowed to drink beer when you're. Wait, did they push it up? Was it 16 or 18? Did they push it up? Hi Riku, thank you for the hug. In the Netherlands, you're supposed to bike though, right? Wait, now I'm starting. Listen, I'm already not doing okay. What's happening? In the Netherlands as well? Hold on. Nah, that makes no sense. We are the country of bikes. We're supposed to bike. What do you mean? No, I can't deal with this today. I'm not okay. I don't like this. What do you mean? Hold on. Where did I look it up? Was it Duck or is it Google? It's Google. I don't trust Google anymore. Hold on. What? I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. What do you mean? We grow up being taught that you're supposed to go on bike when you're drunk. Go on bike. Literally, they tell you take your bike. I don't understand this country. I wasn't made for this country. I need to go to the mountains somewhere, anywhere, and anywhere. But we're taught to go on bike when we go drink. Are you going by car or are you taking your bike? There's no question about which one is legal and which one is illegal when you're go. At least now there is. I'm not going. Not I'm not doing it very. They are wisdom. When you get born, you get a bike. It's your right as a Dutch person. You get a bike when you're born. It's in your baby package, right? It makes no sense. I'm so confused. I know a guy that got fined for walking while shit. Well, that's public drunk. You're not that I know. You're not actually allowed to be drunk in public, but you need to get home at some point, right? You're gonna get kicked out of the pub. You need to get home, so you take your bike. So it's clear that you're on your way home, or at least not being drunk in public. You're trying not to. My mind is blown. My world is falling apart. What do you mean? I need to figure this out now. No, I don't want your cookies. I'm nauseous. I am sick. Sick of all of this. No. Oh no! This research was done by a big corporate operation. I don't trust this either. How are you supposed to get home? Oh, I don't trust this. Hold on. I'm veering into conspiracy theory. I need to get back to Nathan. Nathan is gonna save this outrageous. No, because now I'm thinking. Okay, so you're in the city because you wanted to have fun, but you're drunk. And normally, as a teen, I literally grew up being taught you take your bike. But this seems like it's forcing you to either use. No, because public transport doesn't even go to small towns in after like 8 in a lot of places. So how are you supposed to get home? You need to spend money. Is this new? Well, then you won't be able to bike either. In that case, that's fine. Then you just sleep it off in front of wherever you're going to pass out. This makes no sense. Uh, I'm putting a pin in it. I'm putting a pin in it. And I will come back to this later because I need to spend more time with Nathan so I can lose my mind over other things. What is this year? Nathan will sacrifice his acquaintances to save himself. May also save the princess. He will not. I don't understand his character. I was just thinking that he was the biggest playboy of all. Like the first scene, he gets introduced, waking up next to a kitty, one kitty, that is her name, and he had vowed that he would never sleep with her. That's how we meet him, waking up next to a woman he had vowed he would never sleep with. But suddenly he this girl that has been around for years already, because it's not like their first year, is they're at the end of college, I'm guessing. I don't know. Suddenly he has to have her, and not just that, it's just her, exclusive, no more sleeping around. It makes no sense. Nothing of this makes sense. Skippy, save the day. I just found out that you're not supposed to bike well after drinking. I'm not saying like off your face drunk after drinking, just in general. And I thought, being Dutch, the country of the bicycles, that is the rule. You drink, you have a drink, you take your bike. You don't take your car, you take your bike. But apparently you can get a fine of 200 euros if you do that. What do you mean? No, it's not funny, Chungus. I mean, not that it matters for me. I don't go outside. So if I were to drink, which I don't like drinking. I would rather have some herbs, you know. I don't like alcohol. I wrote an essay on it, and it's really, honestly, so bad. And it's fascinating that that is legal, but a silly little herb is not. It makes no sense, but let's not get into a brave new world today. Hello, Lord Grunt, and hello, Bilko. Thank you so much for the follows. I'm so sorry for the temporary lurk, but just hold out a little bit, and you can join the conversation if you still think I'm amusing. In about an hour. This is the Netherlands, KP. I grew up with the sentence, "If you're going to drink, take your bike." Literally. Never once was I told that I needed to be careful for the police because you could get fined, because that's I don't understand. I have a glass of whiskey a Saturday evening and not leave the house at all. I agree, Juggas. I do like a little bit of ice with it, because there's something about the tinkling of the ice in a glass of whiskey that just makes me happy. But generally, I don't like alcohol at all. But I do stay at home because I have Nathan. No more new facts. No more new facts today. No more. I can't deal. I'm gonna actually lose my freaking mind. And it's not funny. Take the bike as opposed to drive a car or moped. Rather, you can always recycle home after drinking. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Don't drive. Take your bike. But never once was I told it's illegal. Like it was to me at least. But maybe this is the autism coming up. To me, it always came across as car bad, bike good, car illegal, bike legal. If you're going to drink, also I support this, Wisdom. I support this. If you have the proper education to drive a helicopter, You can still push a bike much easier than your car. I'm just thinking of all the festivals in the Netherlands. That most people, especially those who live in a radius of say 20 kilometers. I'm not even kidding. Even over, will bike to the festival and then bike back home in the middle of the night. Just go to a Dutch festival and go to the parking space and look at the bikes. It's mad, and that's illegal. Because no way that all those people are legit not drunk. No way. What do you mean? I am flabbergasted. Nathan, you're gonna have to wait a second because this is insane. Well, I mean, I should have known actually because also when it comes to the devil's lettuce, you're not technically supposed to have more than 5 grams, and technically you're not allowed to sell it. Something about the devil's lettuce rules in the Netherlands is completely insane. You're not allowed to transport it, for example. So how does it get in the stores? What do you mean? That makes no sense either. Yes. Well, we have tractors. We have tractors, and the men have a parade, and they show us women their tractors, and according to the wealth that has been put in the tractor, and the size of the wheels especially, is very important for us country girls in the Netherlands. Yeah. When we try to find out whether a bachelor is eligible, it sure is keeping in this country is interesting. Interesting. It's more like driving car drunk, illegal. Cycling bike drunk, also illegal, but less dangerous for people around you, so police won't arrest you for it. Then don't make it illegal! Because now, if they want to harass a certain bracket of people, they are fully allowed by law. Do you get my drift? With this law, with the way they're doing it, they're able to target specific people just for the hell of it. It's stupid. Wisdom, you do you. Please look at a YouTube video first. The doodbeleid is the older I'm getting, the more I see that as a way to just target people they want to. Biking while stoned is also illegal because the legal jargon is operating a vehicle while under the influence of stimulants or something like that. Makes sense. Makes sense. Maybe it's more like bikes are more ignored by law enforcement than cars. No, because if you have a broken leg, you're gonna get stopped. Trust me, I know. Because I always forget to turn them off at night when I get home. Stupid lights. Also, rules are one thing, enforcing them is different. That's what I'm saying. Oh, it works like that. Yeah, you can't transport it, you can't officially buy it, but you can sell it. What? I swear, in America, the laws and the way they went into the legalization of the devil's lettuce is it's maddening to me. Especially given how effective it is with the reducing of anxiety in certain people with, for example, autism. But a lot of neurospicy people would benefit from the devil's lettuce as opposed to chemical intoxication, I call it, really. You get Marcy against your license ownership and you'll pay tons of fines. Luckily, I don't drink. It's not good, Lucian. If it's genuinely worse than smoking an herb. Running or skateboard longboard, well, drunk is, well, that makes a lot more sense, drunk is, to me at least, because those things are unpredictable. you know, it's just they're quick, but not a lot of mass, so you don't see them coming as quick. But a bike, and also in the Netherlands, you're used to, at night people are gonna be drunk. Just don't come close, and if they fall, don't worry about it. Most of them are safer falling when drunk than not. It's really weird, but when you're drunk, you're kind of loose, so you're less likely to break something. you might get messed up still, but you're less likely to break something when you're drunk. Falls out of helicopter. Yeah, please, Nathan. Well, Nathan just needs to get a good spanking. I feel like, not the kinky one, like a genuine one. That the one that makes him not able to, think about spanking for a while. What info, Kippy? Like, what it means to live in the Netherlands? The Devil's Lettuce. This thing always made me chuckle. I'm trying the favors of Satan's salad right now. I mean, I'm trying to be a good girl for YouTube purposes mostly. Because honestly, over here, I'm not sure how it works. I think you're allowed to talk about it, but you're not allowed to promote it, which I would never actually promote it. But I have thoughts and feelings. MJ was legalized, literally legalized through exhaustion. We just said, fine, okay, you can have some. But that's better than what we're doing here. Just stupid rules with it. See, this is what bothers me about the language as well. We have rules. Like, we have 5 rules in grammar, but those 5 rules have each about 234 exceptions. How is that a rule? How is that a rule? That's not a rule. If there's over 200 exceptions, that's not a rule anymore. This country is really a challenge for my brain. I tell you. Well, you have to do your research, Millie, because it's not as easy as going and just picking something that sounds nice. There are specifically bred, I don't know what to say, strains that target specific things. So if you smoke something that is good for creativity, that might be bad for someone who is high in anxiety because it leads to a lot of thoughts. Don't do that. You need something that is that works on your body so you can get rid of the anxiety. So it's not as easy as just going to a shop or whatever and getting something. You need to actually be informed, which is why I am pro legalizing it and putting it in healthcare so that doctors who have been, hopefully trained in advising and curating a specific strain for you, maybe a mix of strains that are actually helpful. Because if you that's why a lot of people who don't ever, eat a salad and then do a salad go wrong. They just get the wrong strain and then they have a bad trip, and that no one wants that. It's bad for everyone. Oh, no one said right. That is, I mean, where were you walking? It's bad. No, they should have used a bell. That's bad. But I know that in cities people can be a bit wild when it comes to bikes. It's interesting. It's an interesting culture. I don't know. You do, or I think I wonder how you guys are gonna respond to the ending. I called it, and there's proof. So if the devil's Latin America isn't grown by the state, and it's almost half the cases is connected to the Mexican cartels. Oh, I know this, Lucian. Yeah. So even people who buy legal are supporting criminals. Well, I mean, with the people who decide to smoke it for personal reasons don't get jailed. That's what I mean with legal. I that's what I mean. Well, you need help. Don't do it on your own. That's what I mean, Millie. You need help. And like it starts with indica and sativa. If you go wrong with those, it doesn't matter what you decide. Why do I know this? Because I have done my research. I've done my research. I know enough to make sure that I get what I need. And there's hybrids that also target both anxiety and physical pain, but I mostly need it for depression and pain. And there's loads of choices, and if you go to an honest and a business that cares about their clients, they're more than willing to give you a great explanation of each and every strain and what it does. But there's enough information online that could help you out in that case. But I am for trained people, not even in the stores, but doctors to help with that. Personally, I think that there's a strain for almost everyone. It's not for everyone, naturally. Like anything, it's not one size fits all for anything. Um, but I think that I would prefer, in a lot of cases, not every case, but in a lot of cases, there is a strain for, and when you don't need to smoke it, right? You have edibles. There are so many options when it comes to that. I know that a lot of people default to smoking it with tobacco, which is bad, just bad, and that's also not necessarily the case. But I am for legalization, and when it comes to medication, you need to do that under the supervision of a specialist and constant supervision. Not you go once, you get advice. No, someone who keeps track of what you're doing, how you're doing, not just willy-nilly. That's what and I think it could, and that's why it's not being done. I think it could replace a lot of medication, a lot of medication. But if you've read Brave New World, you know why they're not doing that. You know exactly why they're not doing that. So maybe it's time for Aldous Huxley. I read it. It was very upsetting. We're taking a break, by the way, and then I really need to get reading done because I do want to finish this book at some point. Ending it. Your prediction for the ending of Icebreaker? Girls stand together behind the police crime scene tape. What girls? What girls? Because if Lola is going to be on the other side of the crime scene tape or in the back of a police car. Lola is bad friend. Oh, I'm supposed to have this a little bit. I'll quiet down. I'll quiet down. I know my volume is completely broken, but that's because I'm highly anxious today. Maybe I should eat a little bit of salad, actually. It will help. I wish, wisdom. I wish. That's not going to happen. I'm so sorry. Take your soma and obey. That's alcohol, truly. Huxley was talking about alcohol in that book. Going to leave the money on the table and hand it over to the cartels. Greed trumps everything. Say, Sally. Well, there's something to be said for the legalization of pretty much anything. Now, I don't know how it is going these days, but I know that they legalized everything when it comes to, substances in Portugal, and started to remove the taboo around being addicted, which is an illness. Addiction is an illness, because not everyone is as sensitive to being to getting addicted to things, and that has led to, or at least in the beginning, again, I'm not up to date on the statistics, but it has led to the decrease of ODs and of just general misuse of said problematic substances. And people are, more willing to get help, more willing to yes, that's also a good word, Millie, thank you so much. So looking at Portugal, there's a case to be made for the not just the legalization, but more importantly, the destigmatizing of addiction is probably a lot better than making it illegal and putting people in the modern, slavery. Yeah. But that's just my opinion, I guess. Hi, Slam. Did I miss you before, or are you just coming in? I hope you have a good day. Are you having a good day? Oh my dear Lord, I need to start reading again. Even if for medical reasons, it's not a panache, but even for medburbs, it's still overused, isn't it? At least that's impression. That's impression. Case in point. I would not be here if it wasn't for the devil's lettuce. I would not function at all In fact, I think I would give up on trying to change the world for the better. I think I would have, after being assaulted by a stranger and realizing I am no longer able to go outside. I think if it wasn't for the devil's lettuce, I would have decided at that point, then I am closing everything down. I don't want to talk to anyone anymore. I am going to stay in financial aid because honestly, if you settle into having financial aid, it's quite comfortable not having to work and being disabled if you allow yourself to be and don't care about how other people view you. If it wasn't for the devil's lettuce, I would have done that because I am not okay. I am not okay. Uh, I cry every day. I have nightmares, and I really wish I could turn back time and just decide to not use the freedom of the safety of my country, because apparently a woman with a cat in the forest is an offense to a random stranger with two dogs. Despite that, I decided to have a salad and not let a man ruin my life. I was already on chemically, legally, well, lettuce isn't illegal, but you know, I was already on medication prescribed by my GP. Didn't work. All I wanted to do was cry. It's not unreasonable after something so traumatic that you kind of don't want to function anymore. So it really depends. And I think the people who abuse it are the people who need supervision, who are sensitive for addictive behavior, and who just need someone to guide them in a healthy direction. And this goes for a lot of people. A lot of people are not necessarily able to make the right decisions for themselves because they're being leached of their energy by the system that we are all forced to live in. We have decision fatigue. It's genuinely very understandable that people want escapism. Again, Brave New World. Just because we're using alcohol instead of the devil's lettuce doesn't make it any better. And in fact, I would say that if we all had a little bit of lettuce, either through an edible or whatever means you find pleasurable, I think we would have a whole lot less wars, because no one who likes Mary Jane wants to go out and fight. No one. That's no no. If you have a bad trip, you want to sleep it off. You don't want to fight. Criminalizing is just not a good idea. It's also not working the problem, because usually, and I stand by this, everyone, even the most toxic person you know, is trying to be happy. They either just have a genuine something in their brain that is broken, had a bad example growing up, had something traumatic happen to them, which is making them lash out. Whatever it is, I genuinely believe that everyone is trying to be happy. So if you're abusing a substance, whatever it is, you probably need help, deeper help. But I personally am for the regulated and supervised of whatever it is that works for a person, and that can be anything. I have no say in that. But the taboo and the criminalization of these silly things is making the problem worse, I feel like. Wisdom. I literally would not be sitting here. I would just. I'm not sure what I would be doing, but I wouldn't be functioning, and I also wouldn't try again. I would have given up, because that's what I kind of want to do still. I don't know why I'm here. I really don't know. It's better than being in my own brain. That writers do only write when they're drunk, and they are. This is true, Slam. Yeah, and that is somehow romanticized. And when artists are drunk, when alcohol, I promise you, look into what alcohol does to your brain. It's really scary from the first sip, even if you have just a sip. Well, it's better than alcohol, and alcohol is just freely, there's advertisements about alcohol galore, don't you think, Millie? Which is infinitely more addictive than lettuce is. Lettuce is mostly addictive to your brain. Yes, you have detox if you are a very extreme user. You stop, especially cold turkey. But with alcohol, it's really your body gets addicted, and it's dangerous to stop cold turkey if you are a fully blown alcoholic. If you stop cold turkey, if your veins are filled with alcohol, you could die from quitting. You can't die from quitting pot. It's just not a thing. Also interesting to look at is how many accidents on the road, and especially deadly, fatal accidents, happen when under influence of alcohol and when under the influence of a lettuce. It's fascinating, fascinating statistics, and you can draw your own conclusions. Now, again, I'm not saying everyone should do any of what we're talking about, but I do feel like we should allow people to do what is good for them as long as it isn't hurting anyone, including the person doing the thing, right? And honestly, the fact that we need substances at all is just a sign of a bigger problem. We should be frolicking and making flower crowns and just be happy, regulated human beings. But instead, we persist in whatever it is that we're doing. This is genuinely it's a problem, and I know. And I wish I could do without, but I don't think I would ever get up again if I allow myself to sink into the void that I'm hanging over at the moment. I wouldn't come back here. And I have dropped out of streaming a few times throughout the years, but I can feel it in my gut. I would not come back. I'm too sad, man. Oops, sorry. And too angry. I'm tired, very tired. So, let's go back to Nathan Hawkins, Nathaniel Hawkins, ruining or saving the day. I don't know. Let's find out. We're going into the power hour. The goal of which is to try and practice flow. But don't be alarmed. It's not the focus part, the how long you can stay focused. It's starting whatever it is you need to do. So for me, it's reading. I'm going to focus on my book as much as I can and not yep as much as I did just now. But please remember that our focus has been demolished by everything and everyone. So if it is a little bit hard to stay focused on your task, don't worry. Just take a sip of water. And get back to it. That is truly the practice, especially if you get distracted a lot. Getting back to your task, there's the magic. So let's practice, and I will see you in an hour. I mean, everything works differently, right? And so what I'm saying is I'm advocating that people do what is right for them and without feeling judged or shamed or whatever. I don't think that is helping anyone. And that could be anything. If you thrive on eating a pineapple a day, great. It's the criminalization when they're not harming anyone that bothers me and is actually harming a lot more people. Yeah, same, KP. I wish we could just frolic. we could just frolic, but less. I'm not a fan of those, though. I'm not a fan of that actually mind-altering states. I don't like that. Enhanced? Yes. Altered? No. That's not what I like. That's not no. Personally. Yeah, Nathan is the saddest one here. Nathan is just benched for the season. Anastasia is losing her chances at the Olympics, but Nathan is the sad boy. Sure. And Nathan is about to become, yeah, there we have it. He's gonna be her Olympic grade. This hockey player is gonna be Olympic grade ice skating partner. Yeah, yeah, and I know how this ends. See what I mean? That I need something worse than my own life. That makes me. I'm a masochist. I think that's what we're finding out here. I think I'm a masochist. This is. I need to process that. Give me a few more chapters of Nathan. Wait. Uh. Yeah, and that's why what they did in Portugal is so interesting because now people are open about what is happening. But I would really not still want a system like that. I would really genuinely want in a perfect world, there is just guidance. Everyone has like a mentor or a guide that if you think or know that um, those things could be beneficial, that you have a personal guide who knows you, your problems, and your specific needs. But in the current system, that's just not. It's just not attainable. Not in my corner of the country, at least. That's unfortunate because honestly, the same goes for just mental health in general. Just mental health. We need a lot more support than we're getting, and especially considering how much money we pay these privatized mental health. What is it? The healthcare. It's insane how we're not getting anything, and that's generally just a problem. I think maybe even if we started out with a mentor, the next step could be avoided at all, completely, regardless of what that would look like on a large scale. That's why we must choose our friends wisely. Well, community. We lost community. That's really it. We lost community. I think with that we lost our natural mentors. I think we used to have a natural tendency to look up to someone in our village who could model, without even trying, appropriate behavior and give advice. And I think that we really lost that with everything. I don't think this exists anymore at all. Not in the West, not even in villages. I have not come across it in a long time, at least. You do see it still in places that need collaboration, like in extreme weather. You do still see that people are fully capable of taking care of each other, regardless of relation or knowing them. He's serious. He's serious. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nate is Superman. He's gonna be an Olympic grade figure skater in 8 weeks. You think, Lucian? I haven't thought about this too much. I just know that we don't have community. That's all I know. Uh, I don't know if I agree with that wisdom. I think a friend should be a friend, and we shouldn't put that responsibility on them to be an actual mentor or guide. I feel like that should be separate. Yes, there should be a friendship like relationship, but I feel like if you put it's a conflict of interest. It's a conflict of interest, and you don't want to feel like you could damage your friendship when you need to be a bit more strongly worded, which sometimes a mentor has to do, right? Um, and that is coming from someone who has always been seen as the wisest one of the friend group, and I did not always like that. I wish that I wasn't. Sometimes it's quite exhausting. Hi Kevlar. I am perfect. I'm here with Nate, Nathan Hawking, who is going to be a Olympic grade ice figure skating person in 8 weeks. What about you? Yeah, but it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same. I think I take that role really seriously of mentor and guide, even if it's not something that is pronounced. I do think that is a very serious responsibility. Hi, Eat. How are you doing? Welcome in. Oh, that book. Yeah, that book. Trust me, what you've heard about it is nothing compared to what is actually in it. So stay away, please. For the love of books, don't touch this with a, what is it, 10 feet pole? I don't know the thing. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not. Oh, you can put in your guesses. You can put in your guesses if you want. But can we do predictions when it comes to books? I don't think it worked, right? Floors mopped, carpet delivered, and you look incredible. Thank you, Kevlar. You're doing great. I'm so proud of you. Uh, yeah, but tough love is not the same as being a mentor, right? I've experienced help for mental health. Yeah, which you couldn't have gotten from friends. It's just it's too much pressure. You can't do that. The same for the same reason that you can't expect anything else, but someone who is with you when you are con- talking about your trauma. You can't expect them to be what a counselor would do, or a professional. You can't do that. It's not okay. You can't even do that in a romantic partnership. It's so unfair to actually depend, because that is what you kind of do with a mentor. You look up to them. You depend on them in a certain sense. In my version of the word mentor or guide. And a friendship shouldn't have that pressure, and you shouldn't put that on someone else's shoulders when you're just friends. I feel like it's not the same as talking about your problems. There's no single friend that really functions on every level unless they're more intimate partner. Then there isn't really a special type of friend, which promotes that the need of thriving. Yeah, exactly, Kippy. It's just there should be because the thing is, when you expect your friends to hold you in that way, it could just go wrong, and that would be sad, and you'll lose a friend because you had expectations that weren't really fair, right? Mental health is tough. It really is, and it's not getting better, is it? If not friend way or polar bear's friend shaped. I don't know, Eat. It's so sad. It's so sad. I feel like they could use a few friends. They just don't like to be touched. Maybe that's it. They like their personal space. Everyone is a unique piece of the puzzle in the community. Yeah, exactly. I always say everyone is important. Even if you don't feel like it, you are. You freaking are. Don't argue with me. You're important, okay? You're just too close out to it, to your own story, to see your significance in the bigger picture. It's true. It's a true story. Okay, let me read. 8 weeks. I have not read 2 pages. It's really bad. Ugh. Ah. I can't believe this book. Coercion. It's coercion. What, that's why you like him now. But I think we're missing out on the aspect where I mean that a mentor is also able to safely actually give you a proper advice and help you forward instead of what I feel like a friend is someone who is able to hold space for you and help you, yes, but a mentor just has responsibility, right? If you go to school and you have a mentor who is supposed to help you, guide you through your school career, that person has the responsibility to get you through your school career. Your friends don't. They could mess with you as much as they want, and there's no consequences. But someone who is a mentor and understands that role. What is this doing here? Hold on, honey. I see you. We're gonna go get the Spanx. Don't worry. You're gonna hear about this on Sunday, okay? I've decided this is gonna wait. I think that's what is maybe I didn't make clear well enough. Oh, honey, you have no idea. Yeet. If you go into Icebreaker knowing that this is the most toxic thing you'll ever read in your entire life, you're good. With a side note of this is possibly AI, it has to be at this point. You're gonna have a great time. The first 100 pages were torture for me, but I have accepted my fate now. Nate is my life. He cornered me, and now I have no choice but to spend time with him. That's what happens in this book. I'm gonna puke again. It's fascinating. It's a study on. I don't know. I really don't know. Hold on. Oops. Oh, it's fine. So, quick recap. He forcefully inserted himself into her life, which she is just she says here, "I like you," which pains me greatly to say out loud, but you've wormed your way in and made me enjoy spending time with you. That's coercion. That's coercion. Next page. This is right after she went on a, I don't know, a bender on her own. And I don't know. She's drunk, apparently, after one drink. Which I would be too, but beside the point. Now Nathan is saying, after she vocalizes, you wormed your way in, which is exactly what he did. She didn't want to see him. She avoided him. He stalked her. You're saying a lot of words, drunk girl, but you're not saying anything that makes sense. This is literally what happened. Isn't that a very subtle way to gaslight her? Yeah, I agree with him. But we don't need to be healed fully to be able to have healthy relationships. As long as we don't expect other people who are not trained or explicitly chosen for your mental health issues. Sharing life, yes, but putting your load on someone else's shoulders and expecting them to give you back less is not healthy, right? That's not how it should work, really. So, say you're carrying groceries, taking a handle each when you're meeting up together, great, but don't give them your groceries and then expect them to have it unloaded in your house before you even get home, so that when you get the bag back, it's empty. That's not how it should work. Not even in therapy, really. But does that make sense? Yeah, always therapy. Someone who has no chip in your life, who has nothing to gain, who is able to be absolutely objective. Is that the right one? Objective? Right, yeah, objective. And who is able to be honest in a still in a loving and kind way without the fear of jeopardizing your relationship. Yeah, is it? I'm not sure. But it sounds right. I don't know. Not That's why she's saying that. Nathan, please say yes. Anastasia, I don't think this is a good idea. And this is already, she's already said this, right? This is the end of the conversation. But say yes anyway. This is the entire book. The entire book. She says no, and he just overrides. Yeah, that's my experience as well, Millie. At least easier because same say because you don't fear losing your friendship by being yourself in a sense that may not be representative of you who you are entirely. It's a snapshot. Maybe it's just something that is itchy right now, but is not something that influences the rest of your life when you are properly taken care of. But with a friendship, their own life, their own experience could have an adverse response to whatever it is that you are trying to share on that level if you're expecting to get a psychiatric response. So that's why it's a that's a nice way of putting it, KP. That's why I think that there should be, we shouldn't put too much on our friends. We can't do that. They have their own lives, and they weren't trained to deal with what some people experience. Like I talking about what I've gone through. Yes, I would love to have friends who are able to be carry the bag with me, right? But I would never give them my bag. Never. It's too heavy. I'm struggling already. I would never do that. Tell a market that loses it when you don't buy into their pitch. Actually, that's a very good way of describing Nathan. Oh, good. We're going into his POV again. This entire book looks like this, by the way. I do. It's at least I know now. I know where it's going. I know this is not gonna get better. Who is Warwick Davis? Oh, it's fine. Listen, I am always shorter. I am not a proper Dutch person. Something went wrong. I didn't grow. I didn't grow fully to the length of a Dutch person. So I know this. It's fine. It's fine. It works. Just have a cat to spank, so you have good muscles. This is not representative because I am very weak today, but normally I'm stronger. I promise. It's okay. I don't know who it is. Who is it? Where would I have known? Where would I have known? Potatoes will be fine. They're just pre-mashed when you get home. They're pre-mashed. Oh no, I am taller than that. Where would I have known? Well, I don't know if it's a he or she. Where would I have known them from? Morgan Freeman! I love Morgan Freeman. The length of a Dutch person. Well, we're notoriously, like, very tall, right? I am not. Just a few centimeters, Chungus. Barely, barely. Is it Willow from the movie? Oh, that's why you said Willow. I was a bit confused why you said Willow. Like, I like the tree. I'm afraid I haven't seen that. I did see Harry Potter. Should I make an effort? Would Willow help me getting over Nathan, the new love of my life? The perfect state of tall? I'm not. I do fit into a lot of bags, I found out, which is very random information, but, you know, gotta make the most of it. I have no clue what's happening. You don't. Is it better or worse than what's the movie with the creature with the eyes in the hands? And I could not. Nothing will get ever. Yeah, I'm afraid that I will never forget Nathan. I think you're right, Wisdom. I'm stuck. I mean, it's the love of my life, right? Pan's Labyrinth. Yes, that one freaked me out. I'm gonna do my best, you. Thank you so much for dropping by. It's amazing. I just wasn't prepared, Wisdom. I wasn't prepared, and I'm sensitive. I should not watch that at night, and I did, and also alone. So you know, a lot of things going wrong. The greatest salt, but people who are closest to me are the ones that call me on my bullshit and push into life, even when I tried to keep them out. Those are actual friends, yes. I agree, KB. But I don't know, there's just so much unrest in the world, and miscommunications galore everywhere, and I feel like with, like, internet, people have lost some discernment of when something tips over into trauma dump and becomes too much. I think it has something to do with online, unfiltered, anonymous. Alone at night, well sensitive. It was a bad idea all around. It was, and then I think that's the beginning. I think that's how it starts. I truly thought I saw half the movie, and when every time I say I stopped when I saw that whatever it is, and people laugh because it's really the beginning. Wait, what? It was night. It was night. How is it morning? The same morning of the night. Did we travel back in time? What motivated you to spend your Monday evening in a bar alone? When I woke up this morning, picking Stassi and Russ up from a cute little coffee shop date seemed about as likely as me becoming a figure skater. Yet here I am. They came from the bar. They were waiting for an Uber. But you showed up. Are we still in... Are we... Where are we? is that? I'm so confused. I know I'm not paying the most attention, but also this makes no sense again. When did we go to the car? We were in bed. Drunk girl. Coffee shop date. Drunk girl. Coffee shop date. No alcohol. Alcohol. No alcohol. Bed. Car. Same day. Not same day. I really hope that when I said we're gonna be here until Christmas, the universe didn't see that as a challenge. I really hope. I'm gonna cry. I don't know, Jungus. AI. It must be AI. It must be. Yeah, I feel like that's the solution. And I don't know. A caveman Sherlock Holmes. I feel like a caveman Sherlock Holmes because what is this? This is turning into one of the mostly tabbed books of the year. Why are we in the car? We're actually in the car. No, we're actually in the car. No, there were sheets. Actually, there were sheets. Oh. Okay, yeah, it's I need to water my cat, and I promise that makes sense. I'm okay. I'll be right back. In case you don't know, one of my cats is unable to properly hydrate. Bless you. Properly hydrate herself, and I have a little syringe thingy that I use to hydrate her. And she will sit in a certain place and look at me in a certain way that tells me human, water, now, and I do. And I should too. Everyone's telling me, and yes, I should. Thank you, KP. Nothing about that makes sense either. Ever since he cornered her like mentally, and he got his hooks in her, despite her several attempts to keep distance. He is now adamant to not even do anything if she's been drinking. Nothing. No. We don't do that. Except he did. He did. The very first scene, she was drunk. So drunk that she wasn't entirely sure what the hell was happening. And he courted her, literally. And then he did something that he now would never. Not Nate, nah. When alcohol is involved, no, good boy. Nate, good boy. Sex bad. Well, listen, are you okay? What happened? That was adorable, but are you okay? Okay, she's laying down the boundary that if they're partners, they're partners. Wait, hold on. Let me read this again. I've just reached my limit of seeing her upset. Not like you're the entire cause of this whole debacle, but alright. Alright. Hello, Anthony. Thank you so much for dropping in. I'm not sure if you gave a follow up, but I have to catch up on that. I forgot. Welcome in. I'm sorry. I'm so confused. This book is killing brain cells as we speak. How are you? That's okay, really. You can say that. Okay. Yeah, sorry, but you can't say but in here. We don't do that in here. Hold on. I was see. I did clock that. Every day, all day. Winnie's butt. He does have a cute butt. I have to say, I adore his little butt. No joke. I think he's adorable. plot twist of the year. It wasn't March. No, it was me becoming a boy mom, the proper boy mom. I still don't understand what's happening. Okay, they're deciding not to do any nefarious things for 8 weeks. What is happening? Why? Wisdom, what's happening? Are you traumatized by the cute butt? I'm sorry? Uh, that reminds me of another story. It's not funny. It's not funny. I'm so sorry. Why? Why do you think that happened? I'm sorry. That does sound rather traumatizing. I wonder why. Is it a case of there was something wrong with it? Because I know that animals can be brutal in our human sensitivities, but sometimes they do that out of mercy, which sounds insane, but you know, if it was hurt beyond healing, they might do that, for example. Huh, interesting. But bon appetit, Millie. Oh. I'm trying to use the reminder in the message that pops up when you lurk to drink water as well, because I'm not taking care of myself, people. I'm not taking care of myself. It's bad. I'm sorry. To me. I'm sorry to me. Yeah, I feel like there was probably something wrong with it, because it happens, you know, and it's to our senses brutal, but it might have been mercy. Because I don't think a whole flock would attack it if it's hierarchy. Do I pronounce that word right? Because I am entirely unsure every time I say it. Oh, Wisdom, go have ice cream or something. Have something nice to distract yourself. Think of Nate, our savior of the year. Think of Nate and all he's done to make this world a better place. Yeah, go do that. You do you. You know, don't worry. It's gonna be okay. It's nature is brutal. I know. It's no fun. Nothing about this makes sense. What do you mean? your spot. You can go on the couch, honey. Or you can come ask for spanks. That is fair, I guess, for asking for your attention unintentionally. Are you okay? And I guess another tell that it could be AI is that every single person we meet or comes by, like the friend of a friend, her name was Rosie, never coming back, that person. Because it was a friend of a friend. No relevance to the story at all. I want to look her up, Rosie, because why was she named? The sentence could have stopped after a friend of a friend said this thing. Why is she named? Why do I know that she isn't? Why? Why are there people with girl? Hold on. Can you come here? She had a little accident. It's okay now. It's fine. We're just all quite upset today. And I guess we hadn't done the diarrhea yet, so let's go back to Nate. Oh, hold on. What do you mean red button in a movie theater? Oh, in a movie, not in a theater. Okay. What are you doing, Chungus? What are you trying to do? Are you oh my god, get her. The prices of what is it like? RAM is going through the roof. Is that what? Right? Was it RAM? God dang it! Could be more fun. It's a bit slower, but oh gosh, I can imagine that's quite expensive. Yeah. Stop it! They're looking for leggings for Mr. Ice Hockey. I'll go to the Olympics in 8 weeks. And they need leggings. And literally the next sentence, the first sentence on the next page is they're leopard print, Anastasia, and I can't with this book. What is wrong? I mean, it was unexpected, but it doesn't mean you can't wear it. I think it would be fire, Nathan. Just don't be like this. You know what I mean? Don't be like this. I was just not expecting this sentence. Of all things, I'm still being surprised. This book is amazing. In the most upsetting way. You have a server? Oh my god, Chungus. Your current server just doesn't cut it, and I was looking at the price for components for to use the rest of it, and now I'm sad. I know nothing about this, but make it fun, make it an adventure. If it's really something that you need to source second hand, I guess, or through unexpected sources, try to make it fun. Because the time you spend finding these pieces is probably a lot more interesting than gutting your finances. Right? It sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. I Gateway firewall, and those are stupid expensive. Why? Why? I'm thinking too literal right now, Chungus. You need to help me out. I would love a literal firewall, actually, at the moment. That sounds like amazing protection. Yeah, it should be doable. Super doable, Chungos. And maybe if find your way to the to some communities that are doing the same things as you are, because I don't know how to what to call it. And I'm sure they're willing to help, especially with certain things becoming massively expensive. Why are you complaining? No, it was funny, but now it's just stupid because it's just stupid. Yeah, you're being boring, Nathan. I'll refrain. Yay! Congratulations, Thor. Thank you so much for being here. This is between the ISP and the rest of the network. It protects it from extra. But what does it look? What form does it take? Uh, because I'm assuming it's a physical piece that you need, right? Because my brain just keeps giving me fire in the form of a wall, and as amazing as that looks, I'm pretty sure that's not in my Mac, right? Right? Or what? I don't know. Why are we rejecting the call from our dad? Is it because we have a bad boyfriend and we don't want to be confronted with reality, Anastasia? I don't know. Oh shoot, I forgot. Yeah, no, actually, let's just forget about this because I'm definitely not able to read properly today. Oh my god. Okay. You okay? Yeah, I know it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's okay. I'm happy you came to show me your butt because otherwise it would have been a whole lot of mess more. So thank you for that. It was a bit unpleasant, but you know, better than poop all over the house, right? Were you okay? Yeah. You want some more spanks? Because you didn't really get them, right? Come up here. Come show your face for a little bit. We have some time. A metal box with a few LED lights and some Ethernet connectors or ports. Okay, okay. I knew it had to be something like that, but you need to save me from myself right now because my brain is hurting. I would love. I have come across the phenomena of apparently especially girls, which I think I know why, but are making these little I forget the name. What is the name? I need to turn the shield off. The shield is being turned off. Whoever you are, wherever you are, regardless of whether you feel like no, no shield off. Shield off. Okay. We're not gonna read anymore today. We're gonna savor Nathan for another day, which is not today. So welcome in. How are we doing? What was I saying? Something about computers and oh, those tiny little computers. I want to make one. I really want to make one. And it seems that it's a movement that what are they called? You have to have heard of it. What those tiny little whoa, what happened? It's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. Hello, Lord Abgrund? Is that how I say your name? Hello, Lord. Hello, Bilko. Hello, Salom. And drink water. Let's do it again. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for the follows. Welcome in. What it here? Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, excuse my assumption that the people who have responded to my tiny computer thingy are all men. But this is interesting that you're not aware of it. That does kind of prove that it seems to be mostly girls and women doing it. Um, a Raspberry Pi is, I think, the where they start because I do recognize that, but I have no clue what it is. But think Spy Girls? What is it? Was it Spy Girls? And they had this little tiny little makeup thing that was also their computer. Basically, women and girls are making those. I guess, but I forget the name. That is where I'm pretty sure where the original inspiration has come from, specifically, because it's just too, it fits too well. And girls are making making them themselves, and I want to do that too. It seems like you don't need a lot of knowledge, and even if you do, there's a lot of YouTube videos and stuff. What what is a nuck? What is a nuck? Jungus, teach me your ways. Can I go? Wait, can I look that up? I'm scared. I'm scared, right? Because I genuinely have no clue about any of this. I was first generation website builders, so and I stopped pretty soon after that. It's a yeah, apparently they're really welcoming, which isn't always the case in online communities. I feel like sometimes they're a little bit protective of themselves, which is valid. Not everyone has the best of intentions. So, but apparently this community is really gaining traction right now, because I mean. The things I've seen that girls are building is just is beautiful. It's genuinely beautiful, and I love it. 40 fixer. Oh my gosh, 20 months. Hello. Thank you so much for the resub. How are you doing? Long time no see. But are they next unit of computing? Okay, that is cute. That sounds adorable, Chungus. But are they self-made? Because I'm really seriously talking about girls who buy a palette, a makeup eyeshadow palette, get rid of all the eyeshadow, and build their own computer in there. That's what I'm talking about. What is the freaking name? This is fascinating, though. This is truly fascinating. I want to do that. I want to make my own. Was it Spy Girls? Let me look up. Phone. Something feels wrong about. Wait, why am I getting? Oh, I made a typo. Wait, what was that? Whoa, what was that cartoon? Those girls that were spies, which you don't think about it too much because there were a few things that were kind of not good. I missed you too, Fixer. I am struggling, but it's fine. I have Nathan to make my day worse, which ironically makes me feel better. It's a long story. How have you been? Cyberdeck? Is it a cyberdeck? Oh, is it really that? That would be very typical of me, Salome. If it is that, because it's too easy. Of course, my brain won't. Yes, it's called a freaking cyberdeck. Thank you so much. You saved the day. I want to build something like that. I don't know what yet because the inspiration is endless, and I want it. I want it so bad. And then I'm going to write my book on there because I need to get going on that. I kind of stopped writing my book, but now I'm officially a hermit. I guess I should start writing the official versions of whatever it is that I'm going to write. The Raspberry Pi community, Jerry, and build your own you Powerpuff Girls! Powerpuff Girls! I love the Powerpuff Girls! But it wasn't the Powerpuff Girls. It was they were like teenagers, three spies, and they had this, and the ringtone was I think I'm not sure now of anything anymore. Oh, it's Cyberdecks. You can go small with Arduino. Arduino, I love it. I don't know what I want it to look like yet, but I saw this, and most of them were like very cutesy. Some had built them in like or someone had built one in a suitcase that was a dollhouse, but it was a freaking cyber deck, and I lost it. I lost it. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You made that, girl? Gimme! No, you can't buy. You have to make it yourself. And I love the entire movement of starting to build your own things, because it's still in the realm of technology, which is kind of safe, but it very subtly removes you from being fed content and using your own brain, and you know, be away from the constant brainwashing that goes on your normal phone or computer. Because no matter what you do, you're confronted with the outside world, and corporations and ads, and God knows what, you know. Please don't puke. Oh, the thought makes me want to puke as well. Please don't, not now. So I think it's a really amazing movement. And I want to join Raspberry Pi. I'm going to make a note. And I'm not sure how I'm going to source stuff, because I don't go outside. So I don't know yet. But I'll find a way. I'll figure it out. Every once in a while, I gather my energy, and I go to the library as well. So I should be able to figure something out. It's lots of them on my Insta feed. The nerd algorithm is a powerful force. I want it with them. I only saw it once. Hi, Tadeo. And then I would be truly cherry pie if I had one, right? It's amazing. This is fascinating, actually, and it just tickles me. I get it now. I'm seeing a video of a guy building a tiny computer inside of an Altoid tin. It's a Pi platform. Yes, you really genuinely hadn't heard of this yet, Chungus? This is fascinating. That's really interesting. Interesting. Danny, right on time. Right on time. We're done with Nathan. Sadly, we'll have to wait until tomorrow until we can feast on the character that is Nathan Hawkins. So right on time for the yearning, I guess. How did it go? Just a temple work. Exactly. Hello, this is a song about Tony. So, is it okay if I call you Song? Because you're not Tony, I'm assuming. Unless you wrote a song about yourself. I need more context. How are you doing? Welcome in. I saw this years and years ago, but I didn't get into it back then. Yeah, apparently it's been around for some time, but it's the girlies, apparently. The girlies are, I mean, we do like to put, like, sparkles on things, and we like to bedazzle is a word that I came across a few weeks ago. So it makes sense. It makes sense that once the girlies got a sniff of the cyber deck, because the possibilities are literally endless. You can do whatever you want, and once you figure out the basics, I think you could. It is Tony. Oh gosh, Tony, misdirect. Good one. I love that. How are you doing? We could have done without totally useless. That is my fear of every meeting, Danny. Like, why? I'm so sorry. Are you gonna eat ice cream? I am. I'm gonna eat all the ice cream. Upgrading RAM into 2026 is more hardcore than Dolph. Who? Who is Dolph? Lundgren? Listening to Speed Metal in the shower of molten iron fillings. Wisdom? You lost me. I don't know exactly why. I do know that certain aspects of computers are becoming ridiculously expensive, and so probably something about the color orange. Not sure. Work on doing a tiny firms just don't have the power I need. No, it's really a silly thing, actually, but I think there's potential there. I think the potential of these cyber decks is going to be freedom from this, right? Because you have full control over it, and it just for me the psychology of the decision to do that alone sparks the hope for me, because I do feel like we're in a very interesting time of Earth, and it could go really bad, really bad, or it could we could still save this. We could still save this. It's not all is lost, right? That's what a movement like that is doing for me. People taking back agency over their own life is what I see in that movement. But no, it's not gonna do amazing things yet. Right, the guy started this trend back in the 90s. I'm also convinced. Yes, yes. But that's why it's so sad that there's this huge divide between men and women. We complement each other. We're supposed to work together. Where we add different things to projects, and it's sad that we kind of don't do that. That we feel like there's a difference in humans at all is sad, but the divide between men and women is becoming so seemingly insurmountable. It's not. It's again, not all is lost, but I feel like the combination of our two brains and our preferences could bring about something like a cyber deck, right? Does it make sense? But who? Did I just cancel myself, Tony? I don't know who Dolph is. Blue. Are we talking? Who are we talking about? Because who is he? Oh my gosh. I'm scared. I'm scared to respond, Tony. Do you mean the? See, I don't even know what sport. The movies. I'm not good at watching movies. I realized I stopped watching movies around 2014, I think. I'm not sure why, but that's really where my knowledge of a lot of movies ends. I don't know either. Could be. Well, I've seen reels, and apparently there's what are they called? Videos that help you build one on YouTube. I don't know. I just found out about it a few days ago, and I haven't actually had the time to look into it. But I am determined. I want to make something cute. I just have no idea what the case is going to be, and the rest is just going to be. We'll find out. We'll just find out. Was in Rocky 3? Listen, I didn't even see the first one. I just know that Milo Ventimiglia is in one of them. 4? See, I didn't see that. I never got around to any of those. I'm so sorry. Holds a degree in chemical engineering. How am I supposed to know what degree this Dolph holds? I like his name, and that says a lot again about me. I don't want to get into it. Shira. Ooh, no, actually, I'm thinking, why do I lose the name of that cartoon every time? I know Pew Pew, and in my brain, Molang. Molang, maybe something Molang related, because I love Molang. If you don't know what that is, it's okay. It's not necessarily marketed towards 30-year-old women. I know this, but I don't care. I resist. Hans Dolph Lundgren. So he was. Oh, that's what you're saying, Blue. Dred, I'm back to your comment. I'm so sorry. I knew it was there, but a wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. Exactly, Dred. Agreed. Just like you. How are you today? That's the same way I felt about SpongeBob, even though it's in the name. I still wondered if he was a cheese, because he lived in a pineapple. Like, why is what? Molang is actually a very interesting brand to look into. Um, and when I'm not sick from migraines, which hasn't happened in a long time. I'm coming, honey. I see you. But it's one of the things I would put on if I'm not able to keep myself in the here and now. If I'm dissociating too much, I'll put on Moleng if I think about it or am reminded of it. He does look like a cheese, yeah. And being Dutch, my first thought is just that's a cheese. I don't care about your name. Names mean nothing. You look like a cheese. Okay. I wasn't necessarily a fan of SpongeBob, but I was a very serious kid. I did have reason to be a serious kid, but I also just I really wasn't a fan of SpongeBob. In no language, actually, not English and not Dutch. Sometimes it is different, and it's more palpable in its original language, but this was not the case for me. Finding the line of authentic but not valuable, or I guess mental health is kicking me my butt, but I got up today. I am so proud of you, Judd. This is your one and only task every day to get through it. And if that means you stayed in bed a few days or a lot of days, that's okay too, as long as you make it through the day and by whatever means necessary, as long as you don't hurt yourself. Okay? So proud of you. And you found the right place today. I am struggling too. And I have to laugh because I kind of feel like crying. You look like a cheese. You look like a cheese. You look like a cheese. Oh, Oprah. I'm not sure how to respond to Oprah anymore because 2026 is dark, man. This is a dark timeline. 2020 has nothing on this year, not for me at least. I grew to hate SpongeBob when I was a teen. My little brother was obsessed, and we unfortunately shared a room with a TV. Yeah, that will do it. That will do it. I have the same with this Dutch or Belgian kids music. I'm sure some of you will recognize the brand because it's a brand. It's not necessarily they rotate the girls, the woman. K3, that was listened to nonstop for a few years in my house. And, oh, it's not like it's amazing music anyway, but also Jesus, if you hear it day in day out, it's maddening. Yeah, you're okay, Jet. You don't have to answer. It's okay. We know. We feel you. And it's gonna be okay, right? Just accepting people as they are, but laughing is very primal subconscious coping strategy, dissociating strategy. I hope your days get better too. Find something that calms your nervous system. Funnily enough, at the moment for me, I need to exhaust my nervous system so I can sleep. Otherwise, I'll never sleep. So that's why I say do what works for you. I know that for a lot of people, my experience of this book and knowing what I'm going through right now sounds completely nonsensical, but it does make sense to me for my specific mix of trauma and character. This is actually helping me get through this entire month. But for some people, it might be rolling yourself in a blanket burrito and just do nothing all day, but keep yourself alive, which is a full-time job. We deserve the basic universal income or whatever it's called just for that. We did not choose to be here. Why? Why rent? Why rent? It makes no sense at all. Did you know that in some places it's illegal to catch rainwater? My mind blown completely. What do you mean? What do you mean? I end up rerouting the power cable to the TV via an extension cord to right beside my bed so I could unplug the fucker when my brother started watching cartoon video. You knew that? I can't. Like what? Exactly. You didn't pay the clouds for the rainwater? Oh, what? Madness. Capitalism is it's honestly, I feel like it's starting to feel like capitalism is just genuinely, no joke, an illness because it makes no sense. If something is illegal, do it more. Well, maybe not. Maybe not very wisdom. No. I get the idea, but let's use our discernment when it comes to that, because sometimes it makes sense. Hi, Mustafo. Hello, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a good day. Human condition has a sickness in it. It shows up in many systems, not just capitalism. This is true. I do, and I think that being neurospicy is actually the solution. Truly, I think that being neurospicy is not the being, but how we respond to all the systems, and with our response point out places where we should probably improve or just remove. Like forcing people to go to meetings that don't make sense when they don't need to be done in person. That's just silly. We went through 2020 and we made it without those then as well. Come on. We should use our brains a little bit more. Also, like the lighting, fluorescent lighting in official school buildings. Who came up with that? And who thought that saving on light will be worth the damage it does to the brains of hundreds of kids in the long term? I don't know. See what I mean? I think maybe, hopefully, if we become more considerate of those things, and maybe we'll fix it still. So far, so good. I'm happy to hear that. I'm not actually happy. I wish I was. Or just content. I'll go for content. It is the wisest choice if you're already wise. If discernment is implied, yes. Sometimes. But not everyone has discernment, wisdom. Some people will be like, all right, and do really bad things. Really bad things. Things that you will not consider even ever doing. Some people will be like, oh, let's go. The justification for the sewage is the rainwater you gather. Does it make it to the groundwater table? What the hell? Which supposedly is the property of the municipality or county. That rationalization is enough to turn me into a fire-slinging anarchist, even more than I already am. Yeah, it makes no. That is absolutely. See, again, every time I think of the rainwater, my brain just goes down. And I can't deal with the world. I don't want to. I don't want it to make sense because it shouldn't. There's a few things in life that should just be a given, which is a roof over your head, food in your belly, clothing on your body, and water. You need that. Should cost money. It's silly. It's really silly. Wait, what? Yeah, exactly, Chungus. I am so confused about how we went from we need to save the planet to let's build data centers and just murder the entire world. Just instantly. Why don't we? I really don't understand. Digitized environments is damaging to kids' brain and neurological development. More playing with dirt, bugs, and flowers, less Snapchat postings. I fully agree, Dread. Especially about the dirt and flowers. Bugs, I don't mind coexisting, but I would rather they're not on my body. But yeah, I agree. Kids should be outside. It's really sad that so many kids get, you know, kind of punished when they get home when they've been playing. If they go outside at all, being clean is more important than having a good childhood, I guess. Which is nothing new, by the way. But with a lot of people still posting videos and pictures of their kids online, there's this perfectionism that is pressed on children from all uh, levels of society these days that is really unnatural. It's sad. It's really sad. How early girls, for example, I mean, this is my experience, so I can't speak for boys, but how early little tiny little girls have actual skin routines these days is it would be interesting and fascinating if it wasn't so scary. They know more about a 12-step skincare routine than I have ever had. First of all, interest in or any desire to spend money on, and these kids just know about that. It's that's what, how? AI, yeah, actually, oh, maybe that's why they let us make art. You make a very good point. Maybe that's why they make us allow us to freely use stolen art and music and writing to interest. That's interesting, Mustafa. Thank you for that. I'm gonna think about that a little bit more. Mm. I had a question for pretty much anyone. I'm looking kind of looking for a narrative like story, but not necessarily an autobiography. Would be happy to hear. Oh, are you willing to read Goddess by Kelly Gardner? Is it right here? I don't wanna move this because this is my sanity for as long as I'm streaming and reading this book. Are you willing to read the story of La Maupin? She was a hero, actually. Well, I mean, depending on your perspective, but she was a wild one. And she lived in France. I don't know what year, century, but in short, she grew up pretty poor. She cross-dressed when that was really not a thing. She was a sword fighter, I guess, or what is it? What they did in France? I'm not sure. And she would not lose to any guy who dared challenge her. She was an opera singer, and she did. She had a very interesting relationship with a girl that she fell head over heels with. And should I spoil that? But you should read it. It's written beautifully. You hear her life story as if she is, and she actually existed, as if she's on her deathbed, and she's talking to a priest and confessing basically all her sins. And it's a romanticized a little bit story, but it is hinged on actual things that happened. And that's Goddess by Kelly Gardner. It's the way it's written, you completely forget that this is not real. But you can find her on a Wikipedia for example. Wait, I'll give you the Goodreads of a Goddess. What's the other one that I recently read? That was also. I love reading about people's lives in this way, in a story. 3M Invisible Wall story? It's my new favorite thing, really. I think this was the first one I read in that sense. Is it here? No, it can't be. What did I read recently that was kind of the same? Let me go to Goodreads. And just history in general, I think choosing a real person to teach people about history is a brilliant way to actually inform people on history. A lot more interesting than how we generally tend to teach kids, especially about the world. That was kind of boring. Let me see. Yeah. Huh? Oh, frick. Hold on. No, this one. This one. Oh my god. My eyes are drying out. Okay. Uh, Other way around. I need to go. I'm not sure what it was. I'll let you know if I figure it out. This I might have not added it to my Goodreads. Could be because I've been struggling a little bit. I'm interested in these styles. I give writing a try, more about my experiences and like journey. So I wanted to have some kind of reference to get inspired by. I feel like Goddess is written in a brilliant way, truly. An anomaly? 3M Corporation describes an anomaly where workers encountered a strange invisible wall in the area under a fast-moving sheet of electrically charged polypropylene film in a factory. My goodness, this invisible wall was strong enough to prevent humans from passing through. A person near this wall was unable to turn and so had to walk backwards to retreat from it. Excuse you, wisdom? Excuse you? Oh, Danny, don't forget to eat ice cream. I don't know if you heard me. You're very much allowed to have one before and after dinner when it is like heat wave. Just so you know, you can do that, free will and everything, especially on bad days. Come on, I'm gonna have ice cream after stream, actually, which is really now. I kind of need to go. I'm gonna think about, but I'm so sure I read something else that wasn't the same style, Mustafa. I'm sorry, I keep thinking about The Lion King. Sorry. And I'm at the end of my energy. So, I really did. We got that here at work. No, it doesn't count, Daddy. It doesn't count. I mean, like, your reward for work. That's separate. It doesn't count, okay? Trust me, it doesn't count. It's work. Calories at work, no, they don't count. I need to go. I'm really stuck in my brain. I'll be back tomorrow though. It should be in the schedule, but I need to check because I'm not sure what I did last night. I was kind of not okay. So I'm gonna check that right now. I'm gonna have ice cream. Thank you so much for being here. We continue the readathon tomorrow. It's your protocol? We'll make it a protocol to have ice cream any chance you get when it's a heat wave. Okay? It's good for you. Or a flower crown. One or the other. It's your choice. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I mean it. You are important. I don't care whether you believe it or not. That has absolutely no influence on reality. Did you know that? I did better. I did better today. All right. Please take care of yourself. And be kind, okay? Especially to yourself. Doesn't mean you need to, if you get away with bad things. That's not kind at all. Being kind means that you do tell people and yourself when you're being a bit counterproductive or even self-destructive. Please take care of yourself. You're so, so important, all right? Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.